welcome back to Those Foreign Guys. Our Episode 2, right here, guys. This one right here. Hey, guys, welcome back to our podcast. We're in a different space, as you can see. We've kind of switched up the scenery a little bit. I think at least for the first couple episodes, it's going to be some different places as we travel around Seoul and make our tour. And eventually, we'll get to the palaces, and we'll just do a podcast in the palace.
Oh,
That'd be sick, actually. Sick. I wonder if they let us. Just sit in the middle.
We gotta
with,
wear
like,
hanbok as well.
Oh my god, yeah.
Wearing the hanboks, it would
yes.
be fucking great.
Or Hawaiian clothes.
Oh, yeah,
just
Hawaiian
in the
shirts.
palace.
Oh yeah, it's a spoiler. It's a
Yeah.
potential spoiler.
Spoiler,
That's for
spoiler.
our Jeju edition episode. No?
Oh,
yeah?
Ooh.
Hit the beaches of Jeju with the boys. Oh, shit.
Every now. Well, welcome back. If you are a first-time listener, we are Those Foreign Guys. My name's Hunter. I'm from America. We have over here.
Dagur or Leo from Iceland.
Oh, we're doing self-introductions
Yeah,
now.
I think so.
I thought Hunter was going to introduce us, but
I thought Hunter was going to, this is Dagur, and Dagur goes, "Ow, God."
I carried you guys for the first week. Now you gotta pick up your slack.
Okay,
for this.
okay.
Pull up your ends.
What's my name again? Brandon from South Africa.
And I'm Bryant from Ecuador and America.
And China.
And China.
In China. Yep. And you can find our podcast we're on Spotify, we're on Apple Podcasts, we're on all these random third-party podcast sites as
YouTube.
well.
That's the biggest one.
And we have a video podcast on our YouTube as well, where we'll be uploading that every week. We release every Friday at 12 p.m. Korean Standard Time. I'm not sure the
5
time.
a.m. South Africa.
5 a.m. South Africa. Do you know what time that is, Iceland? I know it's
3 a.m. Iceland.
3 a.m. Iceland. I think it's 10 p.m. Central in America.
wait, what time do we release in Korea?
12 p.m.
So 3 a.m.
Wait, what's
KST.
12 p.m.? Is it
12.
is it lunchtime or is
It's
it
noon.
Lunchtime.
3
oh,
a.m.
lunchtime? Then it's 3. Yeah. 3. Oh wait, you're right.
He's done the math.
Hey,
He's
bro,
ready
we
for
don't
it.
use you don't use that clock over there, so I have no
Oh,
idea.
you use the 24-hour clock?
Yeah.
Ugh, that's so hard.
You do the what clock?
No, that is easy.
The 24-hour clock.
24-hour clock.
The military time.
Oh, 300.
Here you go
That
again
one?
with that
Oh,
American
300.
shit.
Yeah.
Military time.
We'll see.
Oh, 600!
When I was growing up, my brother, you guys know, I've talked about my brother before. He has his watch. He has everything in military time,
I mean, that's
but he's never in the
Normal.
military.
no, that's normal if you live anywhere outside America.
Do you guys
Korea
just not
too.
use every single clock? I can look at any clock and tell the time. Can
No,
you
no, no.
not?
Always what confuses me is 12 p.m. and 12 a.m. Like those two.
Those
Oh,
exact
that's why we say
times.
noon and midnight.
Because p.m. is usually after lunchtime. It's
Yeah.
it's 1 p.m. Right? But the 12 thing confuses me.
Yeah.
Because it goes from a.m. to p.m.
Yeah. I know what you mean.
I never get confused. And then what time does it release in
China.
Ecuador?
China.
Or in China?
In China, it's I guess it's. I don't fucking
Be like,
know.
what,
I can't do
6 a.m.
math.
It'd be like 6 a.m. I think one of us had a little bit of a party.
It's
party
1
hard
hour.
last
It's
night.
1 hour behind.
Oh,
in
only
China.
1 hour?
In
Okay.
China.
Okay.
Really?
11
Yeah.
a.m. Nice.
Yeah, it's not bad.
I
I don't know if we have a lot of Chinese listeners, but
With Ecuador, I think it's 14 hours behind. Yeah. So.
Jesus.
So what's that? 10 p.m. the
Yeah, I
previous
guess
day?
so.
yeah.
Oh, that's
It's
nice.
similar
No.
to CST as well.
The next day, not the previous day.
No, it is
No,
the
the previous
previous day.
day.
No.
We are
Korea's in the future.
Korea's the future.
Yeah.
I mean,
So-
yeah, it is.
So if it releases here on Friday, then it would release there on Thursday.
Right. No,
Let
sorry.
me do the math. Oh,
Yeah,
shit, let me not hit the table.
No,
Let
do
me
not
do
let
the
me
math.
do the math.
Hunter told us we could not hit the table.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, see, we got a lot of feedback from our last
Hands up.
episodes that we're gonna definitely try to incorporate. So thank you to everyone who left a comment for us. And one of them was there's a lot of just noise that we made.
The other one was that I speak too much, so
Oh,
I'll be
but
quiet.
that's fine.
I'll be quiet this episode.
No. We need your enthusiasm for every topic. Bryant, I got a lot of people talking about Bryant as well.
What?
Oh, yeah?
Why?
Yeah, because for those who haven't heard, if you don't follow our Instagram, maybe you don't know, we've officially set our very first Patreon goal.
Yes.
Ah.
Yeah.
Right.
So you might not be able to tell right now, but Brian actually has some beautiful, long, luscious locks of hair.
You want to see?
Yeah, let's show.
Do it next episode.
No,
For-
like,
Didn't
Right,
you
go
have
ahead.
his?
Show
now.
Show him out. Show him out.
Okay.
I'll describe for our audio listeners right now. Brian is taking a scrunchie. What do you call those things?
hairband.
Handband, I guess, out of his hair, and he's running his fingers through his luscious locks of golden brown hair, and he just looks magnificent.
He looks like a lion right now.
He does.
Can you please draw for us?
Give us a roar.
No, fuck that.
Come on, just a little old song.
Roar.
No, I'm kind of hot after that.
Well, if you think he looks good now, just wait till we hit 150 Patreons on our Patreon community. We are going to, I guess, just go together. We'll have to make it into a YouTube video or
I'm
something.
gonna bring a razor and shave him.
And we're
Live in
gonna
studio.
shave his entire head off.
Can I shave his other parts?
A full body wax is what he's getting.
Yeah, that's already shaved.
No, I'm too young.
TMI.
I'm too young for this episode.
We're gonna mark this one as explicit content. But yeah, so if you don't know what Patreon is, it's a subscription-based service that you can support us on. We definitely would love any type of support you can give us, even if it's just a like on our YouTube page. I think we would appreciate
Well,
that.
what was it? Please like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell.
Yeah. Do it
Hit
all.
that bell.
Hit that bell,
Hit
baby.
that bell, baby.
Well, it's cool because like this is my first time ever running any kind of like YouTube channel or anything like that. So I'm really getting into like the insights of everything because this is kind of like what I study in school. We talk about a lot about like marketing and like marketing trends and like certain like target audiences and stuff like that. And so it's been fun for me to like look at all the YouTube stuff and the podcast stuff and see who's listening to our podcast, how old the people that are listening to our podcast are,
How old? You mean how young?
or how young, how beautifully young all of
yeah.
our listeners are. I think our main age group right now is like 24 to 32.
We just.
Isn't that the like
Which is
main,
literally
main
us
category?
right
Yeah,
here,
yeah,
24
yeah.
to 32.
Oh wait.
Is someone here not
Someone
32?
is. Yeah, someone might be a little older than 32.
No, it doesn't matter. I think it is important to point out that whatever support we get from Patreon is to help us get equipment and improve
Yes.
the
Yeah.
podcast
Yeah.
as well.
We have 3 tiers. It's like 5, 10, and 20. The 5 one gives you everything basically. We didn't want to like gatekeep anything behind big numbers or anything like that. So any little bit of support helps. We're gonna try to get our own studios and stuff like that. Get our own microphones so that we don't have to travel around every week. But if you don't have the means for it and you just want to leave a like on our video, that goes a long way as well. So we just want to throw out a few thank yous for
I
everyone.
will
that's
be
been
doing
helping.
ASMR videos. someday.
No.
We have kind of like talked about some ideas of like what else we can kind of offer as like kind of Patreon incentives. And so we would like to do extra shows. And so if anyone has any ideas or things you'd like to hear us talk about in some bonus episodes, I know in our monthly bonus episode that we have planned for Patreon, we're going to be drinking some soju. Get
And
a
I
little,
believe there's a cooking one as well.
maybe a cooking one in the
We have
future.
to teach some people how to cook.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, some people. Yeah, Dagur. You're going to have to learn how to cook something other than hot dog. Yeah, I think it's going to be fun. So how was y'all's week this week? How did you guys feel being official podcasters now?
I finally feel like a star.
Yeah?
As I walk in the streets and lock eyes with other Koreans,
I feel like
know-
everybody's looking at me.
I know what they're thinking. Eh? Those foreign guys.
Yeah.
Isn't that the guy from those Foreign Guys podcast?
We talked about it, I think the other night is that I was like, the first time I get recognized in public by someone I don't know, my ego is just gonna be like way up here. I would be like, I'm kind of cool.
This is the weird podcast I've ever listened to.
Yeah, they're gonna go and be like, I hate your podcast, but
But at least, hey, they recognized it.
but
so
they
it's
watched
gonna
the
be fun.
episode, yeah,
Yeah.
So they gave us the time of their day, so I appreciate it. What about you guys? What did you guys do this week?
I think, yeah. No. Start off
Yeah, right.
from Monday
No.
till last night. Give
Tell
us
us your explicit.
tell us-
What did you have for lunch on Monday? Start from there.
The listeners
What?
want to know.
No, just work. I am a kindergarten teacher, so I do that on weekdays. And then we had quite a bit of a party all together on Friday.
Yeah.
And then, I'm a little bit I'm a bit of a degenerate, so I went out yesterday as well. And I feel like shit right now.
I feel like you skipped a lot of things. What does it mean to be a kindergarten teacher?
You're going to talk about that. I didn't
Because
realize.
that's what everyone wants
And,
to
what
know.
everyone
and
wants to
follow
know
up,
about.
what is it like to be a degenerate?
And how do those
Shit,
things
actually,
hand,
those
go
things
hand in
should
hand?
not go together in the same sentence. Kindergarten job, I love it. I have the best kids. My school is actually fine. I don't have any problems with anyone. The only thing is that, like, little kids take up all your energy. So when the day is over, I'm exhausted.
Yeah.
Then about the partying,
just
yeah,
right into it.
basically, like, I've been arriving home, these 2 times that I went out, I get home the following day at around 9 a.m.
Jesus Christ.
Jesus.
No, but that's why we have the excellent public transport system.
That's true.
Oh, yeah, let's-
Exactly. Yeah. So, Yeah, that's why I was late. That's why I feel like shit.
Where would you say is like the best place to party these days?
Uh-oh.
Well, I can't really say for sure because I haven't really partied anywhere else but Hongdae. So, like, I like Hongdae, but I live so far from Hongdae that it's kind of like feeling a little bit, it doesn't feel that good to travel there and go back home every time. So I'm starting to look for other places to
New
do.
places.
But actually, no, I am not because I'm going to stop doing this.
Something, whoa. Why are you looking at me? Why are you looking at me?
Because you're the partner in crime. We're coming to you next. I hope you know.
Yes. No,
Hey, I was home before 3 a.m. on Friday.
Yeah,
So.
me too.
I'm going to stop partying every weekend. That's what I'm going to stop doing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to do it way less often.
Every other weekend.
Less often.
Less than that?
Yes.
I don't believe that.
I am going to be hopeful, but doubtful.
Yeah.
Can you be both? I hope it's true,
No,
but I
and
doubt it
you
would
know,
be.
you know, the good thing is that I start training on tomorrow.
Ah.
Like I'm gonna start going to the gym near my
Oh yeah, you
place.
found a new gym near your place, right?
Yeah, and so I get to continue practicing jujitsu. But this gym also the coach there is also a judo master, so he also does judo lessons there, and you know there's a flat fee to train there, and if you pay that, you can train both and as much as you want.
Do you take lessons in English?
No,
Oh.
but
So how do you learn? Because
He just
at
gets
Yeah, it's a very physical thing.
he just gets choked out and it's okay, that's how you do it.
actually true too.
He doesn't know the Korean for stop, so he's just sitting there choking.
Yeah. No. So I'm gonna do that, and I think that once I start doing that, like physically, I won't want to be, going out and drinking and being tired, because I want to I want to get better at that. So that's my motivation.
Until every morning he looks at himself in the mirror and goes, "Damn, I look good. I gotta go out tonight."
I gotta show this
Shit,
off.
I did not think about that.
Just get rid of all the beers in your house. Just don't
Only
look
reason
at
I walked
yourself.
out this morning was so we could get beers after.
Yeah. That's why I didn't work out this morning, because I want to drink some beers after.
That's why.
I actually can't even remember the last time I worked out. Me and my girlfriend, we bought this. It's for the Nintendo Switch. It's like this Ring Fit game. Have you seen this?
Oh, you mean the game that only hot girls on Twitch play?
I saw
I know
it.
why you bought it. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I bought it and I was like, yeah, this is gonna be like a fun thing, because I have no motivation to work out. Even one of my friends, he was like, if you just go with me, I will pay for all of your gym membership.
Wait,
you
who's
can
his
go
friend?
for free. Jordan,
Yeah, I remember.
my friend, he was
I
like,
knew I should have been his friend.
he was like, literally, I will pay for your entire thing, but you have to go like 3 times a month. That was like the
3 times a
deal.
month?
3 times a
Three times a
month.
Or
week.
2. Sorry, yeah, 3 times
Okay.
a week. Sorry, yeah.
That's the minimum.
do that.
Yeah, he was like, as long as you go, I'll pay for it for you to go. And I was like,
Just subscribe to our Patreon.
yeah. I was like, I don't know. Those are- Like,
Okay.
if that didn't motivate me,
Hey,
I don't think anything.
New
would.
Patreon goal.
New Patreon goal.
50 Patreon members and
Hunter-
Hunter goes to the gym.
Dude, look, me being at the gym it's a comedy routine.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what to do. I feel so awkward just like even just like
you
being
get,
in the
like,
space.
Personal trainers. Let me just put my phone off because
I just
I don't know if you know. Just sorry to interrupt. There
You're
is a fire ongoing at the moment.
A fire?
Yes.
Where?
Up above the palace. I think in Hwasan.
Like a forest fire?
Yeah, mountain fire. Yeah. So
Oh, shit.
a lot of people have been instructed to evacuate. So if any of our listeners on
We'll hear
Inwasan,
this next Friday.
Yeah, on
Oh,
Friday.
yeah,
If you're
Friday
still
after the fire.
here.
Please
if
evacuate.
you are still in Inwasan, please maybe leave. But yeah, hopefully,
Feels kind of bad
hopefully
laughing
all of
about
our-
a
yeah,
fire,
yeah.
but
hopefully all our listeners are safe.
Oh, whoops.
Yeah, hopefully everyone will
And
be okay.
yeah,
I would say like, I mean, we can talk about this maybe in other episode is my opinion about the procedural methods that Korean government takes along things like this.
I hear I can see the American in your eyes.
Yeah.
You say that.
It's not I don't think it's the best, but maybe save that
Wait,
for a
wait.
politics
Let's not get
episode. Anyway, so you're not gonna be drinking anymore. You're gonna be doing a lot of judo.
And jujitsu.
And jujitsu.
Mostly jujitsu. But
Gotcha.
I am excited to also try judo.
Mm-hmm.
So you had a fun week. What about you, Brandon? What'd you do this week?
Wait, why is it brown to brown?
We're going in a
Again?
circle. We're going in a circle here.
Clockwise. That's fair. That's fair.
Well, counterclockwise.
Hi, my name is Brandon, and I'm an alcoholic. Yeah, I'm an English teacher as well, but I don't teach kindergarten. I teach privately, one-on-one.
Yeah,
And
you do.
adults. Adults only
Now,
as well.
now, are these lessons like official, or is it like you take them to dinner?
No. They take me to dinner.
Oh.
Make no mistake.
Oh.
Make no mistake. They take me to dinner. They take me for drinks. And then I get in the cab and I go home.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I work awkward times, 7 to 11 in the morning and 5 to 9 at night. So I'm just always tired.
So in the middle of the day, what do you do?
Yes. I've been starting to exercise, I think, for the past 3 weeks. That's why I'm calling doubt on Mr. Oh, yeah, I'm going to exercise so much, I don't want to drink. You're going to want to drink because you exercise so much.
Exactly. No, I exercise because I want to.
Oh, yeah, no, that's just straight shoes off, give me a beer.
Mom, I know you're watching. Please don't. Don't text me.
Text him.
Yeah. I was going to say, it actually has been really cool. I just want to give a shout out to Dagur's dad. Like, honestly, what a homie, dude.
Yeah, he's been hyping it up.
Yeah. He's like sharing our reels and everything. Like, I can't wait to meet your dad. I hope he comes to Korea.
Yeah,
He could be a guest on our podcast.
They're coming on in September.
Okay. I'm putting the offer out there. Dagur's dad, when you come, you can please come on our podcast.
Hey, subscribe
Be a
on
guest.
Patreon so we can give him some cash.
There we
Yeah,
go.
there you go.
There we go. I think all of our parents should battle. Hunter's mom, my mom. In fact, mom and dad's. And cousins and grandparents.
I don't want my parents to listen.
No,
No?
just get your sister back here.
Whoa.
Have you told your
whoa.
parents about the podcast?
Yeah, I think they do know. I mean, I haven't told them directly, but I'm pretty sure my sister did tell them.
You haven't been like, go listen to my podcast?
No,
Why not?
because I don't want them. I don't want them to hear that I'm a degenerate that drinks every weekend.
I'm gonna search on Instagram for your mom. Here we go. Send.
Yeah, no.
She's probably already in your search history.
Yeah. So what I do in the middle of the day is I try and exercise as much as I can, and I cook.
Yeah.
Cook meals.
Recently, he invited us for we're gonna do a monthly cooking event.
Yeah.
He's gonna cook something for us.
So we have to do that before you leave.
So before Wednesday.
So when you
Okay,
get back.
So the first month is without him.
Okay.
So I guess it's chicken tenders for the
Oh yeah,
the
just do
American.
chicken tenders for the American.
Yeah.
chicken tenders for
I just
the
want everyone to
American.
have like these nice like 5-star meals, and then just hand me like some dinosaur chicken nuggets. It's just like, eat up, little boy. I'm just be like, thank you.
Yeah. So
Like the
So, yeah,
Chick-fil-A sauce.
I guess you'll have to do the first one without me.
you'll be there in spirit.
I'll be on the.
What are you thinking
FaceTime.
about cooking?
I just said chicken. I asked you guys.
Like actually
What
chicken
do you
tenders?
want?
He did ask about that.
What are you gonna? You're gonna
What
be
do you
like gourmet
want?
chicken tenders?
Yeah, but like Koreanize it.
What does that mean?
Like gochujang on the side.
Am I just eating chicken nuggets like gochujang? I don't even want to go to that. I can do that at home.
Hey, he'll put some lemon pepper on that for you.
I thought you were supposed to be like this good cook.
I know. You'll see what I cook
Okay,
for you. That's
okay.
why I said, you want to eat something? Let me teach you how to cook.
Okay.
And that's why I'll Patreon behind the scenes. Let me show you how to cook in Korea.
Hey,
Hey.
that's a very good bonus.
That's a good one, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
So we'll get your cooking lessons. We'll get Dagur's ASMR.
What are you gonna do?
I don't know. I'm thinking.
He's going to take the good people out to Hongdae.
Oh my god, that'd be sick. I have a GoPro. We just set up to like a live
Yeah.
stream and just like let him just like
It's a
walk around.
private live stream.
True.
Yeah.
But I just said I don't want to go out anymore.
Too bad you were forcing you to go. Now it's for work.
That's
Oh.
that's what we all say.
Oh,
when
it's
we're
for
hungry.
work.
It's work now,
Oh.
so it's very different.
Oh, this is dangerous.
I'm
This is
sorry.
a slippery slope.
Yeah. All right, Dagur, what's your day to day? Because I think we talked. I think this is good because like we didn't talk about like our jobs and stuff like that too much last
Yeah.
episode.
I usually work from home on like Monday and Fridays. So on Monday I just work from home. Woke up at right 5 minutes before I start.
What do you
And,
do without giving away too much?
I'm a
I know.
software engineer.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm
I was
an
gonna
app
say.
developer. So
What are you
it's,
developing?
An app.
I don't want
You just
to.
said it.
He's under NDA.
Yeah,
he
under
can't
NDA.
say-
and websites. So that's what I do
websites.
day to day. So it's pretty uneventful week until Friday when we had our friend's birthday.
Do we want to give him a late birthday shout out?
Okay, sure. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Phil.
Phil's from Phil's Computer Repository.
Yeah.
Hey, you said it right this time.
Yeah.
Last week I got it wrong.
He had a cool shirt. Did you see it? He's got like one of our friends made him
Yeah.
it says Phil's Computers.
We should get one. Those foreign guys.
Yeah, well, eventually we're gonna have to make merch. Eventually, because I want T-shirts. I just want a I told them I just want a T-shirt with a giant QR code on the back. It's just when I'm walking around, people are like, "Oh shit, I wonder what the QR code is." It's just they scan it.
That's our other Patreon goal. At 1,000 Patreons, we'll get tattoos of QR codes.
Of QR codes?
Of
I don't know
QR
about that.
I mean, maybe I'll reveal it later. I have a bunch of stupid ass tattoos.
Oh my god,
we'll
I
see.
love
Yeah.
your tattoos. They're amazing.
So yeah, then on Saturday I went to the sauna, just like a charcoal sauna up in the mountains behind Sinchon.
Yeah.
Just went there with my girlfriend.
Saunas in Korea are pretty popular. I still haven't been to one.
I love
How
it.
have you-
No, I've been talking about taking him, but he's like, nah, I don't
That's
want.
all, though.
I don't want to be naked in front of other men.
I was about to say that's a good vlog space, but then I realized what I was
yeah,
saying.
we can.
Not a good vlog space. I don't think.
But
we
because
can
we went on a
make
Friday, I was a little bit hungover, so I was in the sauna trying to relax.
That's really nice though,
There's
right?
there's a bunch of kids that come in and like screaming around.
Oh, that's annoying.
Yeah, it was very tiring. But then usually go to like this common area where you hang out with other people. You can buy snacks, you can get a beer, just hang
How
out
many
there.
eggs did you eat?
I did not eat egg this time. Usually I'll get an egg and then maybe like a rice cake.
Is it like the hard boiled eggs?
Yeah,
Yeah,
those
yeah.
hard-boiled eggs.
But this time I was too hungover to eat an egg.
How much does a trip like that cost?
I think it's like $10, I guess. Like to get in the sauna and you get like the clothes and everything.
Yeah.
Get in there.
Yeah, I've seen like in like Korean dramas and stuff, the like orange
Yeah.
suits and stuff
Yeah,
like
it's
that.
like the one I had at orange, and the girls usually wearing like red,
Mhm.
and then you get the towel, you put it on your head.
Can you fold the towel by yourself?
Hell
Are you
no.
skilled?
You usually go up to an older lady and ask her to do it for you. She's like, oh,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
So you put it
That's
on your
cool.
head.
You
So
don't
what do
even
they,
have
what
to
do they
speak,
have
just
there?
give it
Because
to
it's just like a regular sauna.
So like usually when you go to the men's or women's locker room, they have like the hot tubs and they have the like the actual saunas. You have to go in there naked, in case people didn't know.
Yeah,
How naked are we talking?
all the way.
That's why Hunter didn't want to go.
I actually have a funny story. When I first came to Korea, I had only been here for like 2 months, I think, at that point. And so I like, didn't know a lot. And then one of my brother's friends, actually, he does a lot of like traveling for conferences and stuff like that. Him and his friend, they had to come to Korea for a conference, some doctor's conference or something like that. And so I like was helping them like find their like where they could eat and like where these places they could go. And I guess their hotel had a sauna. And they were telling me about like they went down to the sauna and were like wearing their like swim trunks or whatever. And the person like wouldn't let them in. They were like, no, you have to be naked. You have to be naked.
You have to be.
No clothes, no clothes. And they're like coworkers. Like it's his boss, and he's like, I'm not going in there naked with my boss. He's like, I'm not doing it. I'm just not doing it. Like it's very like Western culture, but like
No, I feel like that's kind of American culture. Not gonna
Yes.
lie.
Really?
In Europe, we get naked all the time. It
with your bosses.
doesn't matter if
Who
my
you go,
boss
whoever you
or-
go with. You get
Okay.
naked.
But I heard like in America, you also have like the separate booths and showers and stuff.
Oh yeah. I mean, like I don't know in all cases because I didn't do like a lot of sports and stuff in high school. So maybe like the
You
sports
did
guys.
bowling.
Yeah,
bowling.
you
You
don't
bowl.
work up that big of a sweat from bowling. I'm gonna be honest. But yeah, no, I'd be down to go sometime.
I'll take you there, definitely.
Can we go to the sauna in Busan?
I'm not
Oh,
going
the
to a
big
sauna
one
with
in
you.
the mall?
Yes, the premium
no,
one.
I've been,
no.
I've been there. It's very nice.
It's so good.
We can go. You're not coming with us.
No.
Yeah.
Don't leave me behind.
My ego needs to stay
Please.
intact.
Please, let's all go. It's a good time. It's a good
That's
time.
another Patreon goal.
I have a funny story about the time. One of the times I was at the sauna there. So, being new to the sauna is totally normal, right?
Right.
Nobody stares. Nobody checks anyone out,
I mean,
unless you're a foreigner. And then suddenly all the Korean men do this when you walk in.
they do the quick
And then
one.
they do the.
They're looking up and down
Yeah,
at you.
it's sort of just that turn and then they'll lock eyes with you and just.
That was
nod.
the part that made me uncomfortable. I don't
So,
want to
like,
look at your
it's-
eyes.
It's just don't hold the eye contact. You make it with them, you know.
Don't hold.
Don't be disrespectful, but just
Well,
walk away. Yeah,
People are curious.
people are curious. Yeah. So
So you went to the one in sauna that you said.
oh, that was the
That
best
was-
one.
that
No, the in Busan.
It's
yeah, I've
it's
been
probably
several times.
The greatest one
It's the
I've been to.
best sauna in Korea
Why?
because it's just so. It's got the word premium in the name.
I guess because it was built pretty recently.
Yes.
Gotcha.
So it's like it doesn't have that old
That old smell.
grime.
Yeah.
Oh, when you see it in the crevices and the grooves, sometimes
You
you
see
just
kind of like the old soap, kind of like spread everywhere.
years of
It's kinda-
soap
Yeah.
build up.
Yeah.
There's a
sounds
word for
terrible.
that. Soap build up.
Oh yeah.
I don't want to say it in case I'm wrong. I don't want to say it in case I'm wrong.
Have you
but
guys been to the? And speaking of Busan, have you been to the like casino in Busan?
Yes.
Is that where that's at? I've heard that there's a casino down there.
I've been to a casino there, but it's not where the sauna was. But I've been to. A
Gotcha.
casino.
Have you been to a casino?
I haven't gone. I'm not a gambler.
A friend I know works in a casino in Jeju.
Uh-huh.
There's a lot of people that go there.
But only foreigners can go.
Yeah,
Yes.
only folk.
Yeah,
foreigners can go.
no Koreans allowed.
But there are, I guess, a bunch of Koreans who kind of get a Chinese thing and
Really?
then go there.
Oh, I didn't know
Oh
that
yeah,
was
so
a thing.
Kyopo's. I've got a friend who's got Canadian-Korean citizenship. So when he goes to a casino, he goes with his Canadian passport.
Exactly.
Oh.
And they just let him in.
But they do check. They're like,
Yeah.
they make sure.
No, they make
Even
sure.
they look at me like, they have to check.
Yeah, they have to check. Just make sure.
Are you telling me you're not a Korean man?
Yes.
Today I learned.
Today I learned. No, I'd be down to go to one. I've never been to a casino before
Oh.
in my life.
You shouldn't go.
I shouldn't go.
No, don't go.
Why?
I used to
think
live
it'd be
like
fun
10
if I
minutes
take like.
away from a casino.
I wouldn't take a lot of money, but I could take a little bit,
What's a little bit?
like $100, $200.
But it was different from when I visited Las Vegas.
Mm.
It's kind of different vibe. It was the Las Vegas vibe was much more like kind of partying kind of vibe there, but the casino was just like kind of straight gambling.
Oh, it's just like I'm just here to try to win or
Yeah.
lose money.
Yeah.
Oh, that's not fun then.
It was like it's like the bar area is kind of where at least the one I went to is kind of in the back. It's kind of not like
That's where you spend your time, huh?
if I'm gonna lose some money, I might as well be drunk.
Brandon, I think you said you had something you wanted to talk about your last weekend.
Yo, we skipped my weekend. Hey. We just spoke about my week where I said I was tired.
What'd you do this weekend? After the party, of course.
What party? I wasn't there.
I remember no party.
I remember no party. Saturday, I went cherry blossom looking.
Yep.
I was about to,
Instagram photo
I was
taking.
yeah, Instagram photo. I was about to say cherry blossom picking, but I guess you don't
Yeah, you don't pick,
pick
the
them.
blossoms.
Yeah, but yeah. So it's cherry blossom season.
Yep.
Everyone and their mother was out on Saturday morning.
I went for a run this morning, and there's like this trail, like cherry blossom trail, close to my house. Jesus Christ, the amount of people.
So many
Yeah.
people, yeah.
No, we got there at I think about 9 a.m. and there were many people, and I was like, oh, okay, this is not that bad. I was like, this is cool. And we sort of just walked around the block, stopped somewhere for lunch, and then we went back to the park area. And the amount of people, I was just like, I'm getting home. I'm getting home. You couldn't move.
Yeah.
It was insane.
Me and my girlfriend also went to the Children's Grand Park because it's right across from my university. And before we went, I was like, oh hey, we should go there because there's like a lot of cherry blossoms there. It'll be really nice. We're like, okay, let's go. We walk in, all the trees are dead.
Already?
But yeah, we walk in like the front gate area. There's just no cherry blossoms, and she looks at me and she's like, "What? Where are the cherry blossoms?" And I'm like, I don't know. But there's like so many people, so I'm like, okay, there has to be some here somewhere. And eventually we did find like there's like one street in there that has a ton. But it was like that. Every single person came to the park that day and they were just all in that one little strip. And so it felt like I was in like a nightclub. Like just trying to like push past people and like trying to get through. And I was like, okay, I can't even take pictures like without there being a million people in it. We were supposed to do a marathon actually.
What?
A marathon.
You?
I would love
Yeah.
to see
You just
do a
said you
marathon.
don't do any exercise.
It was a 5K.
That's not a.
That's not a marathon.
A 5K marathon.
What?
It's a jog.
I'm so mad.
I mean, I'm not saying I can run a marathon,
brisk
but
walk.
Yeah, but we were supposed to do this thing. We got like the little like numbers and everything for our shirts, and it was down in I think Daejeon, and apparently there's like a really nice cherry blossom street down there, and so they block it off every year and they do a 5K, or I guess there's a 10K also. But we were just gonna do the 5K because I don't think I could make a 10K. So, but we had to cancel it because she got a new job. So
Oh, congratulations.
yeah, congratulations to her. She's got a new job. She's loving that. But yeah, I didn't get to go see the cherry blossoms, so we just went to the park instead. It was nice.
Nice. Take many pictures?
No,
Who? Oh, what?
I
What's
don't-
the point?
dude, I just got this new iPhone, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna take so many new pictures of this. I'm gonna take pictures of anything. I never take pictures now.
I did the same thing when I got my new iPhone.
I never.
But I
take
did
pictures.
an hour Skillshare course, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna take pictures. And I went outside. I took like 5 pictures. I was like, they all look shit. I was like, why did I spend an hour learning how to take pictures, and they all look terrible?
Yeah, I was like, I spent all this money on this phone. Why don't my pictures look good? It can't be my problem, right? It's definitely not a problem with me. But yeah, so speaking of me,
So how was your week?
How was your week?
yeah,
What
thanks
did you
for
do?
asking, guys. Wow, thanks. Yeah, I didn't really do much either, honestly. Just I'm a media communication student at Sejong University, and just doing classes. I actually have this one class that's really fun this semester. We have to make a short film, and we have like a small team of my people, and unfortunately, none of them have any experience with like film or anything. So all of them were like, we don't really know what we're doing, so we'll just let you tell us what to do.
What is your experience with film, Hunter?
Well, I
believe
mean,
you
like, I
released
just-
a movie last year.
I mean, yeah, I wouldn't really call it a
Hey.
movie. I would call it a something.
Subscriber goal.
No, no one will ever see that. That's not even worth it to me. There's I made a movie last semester and it was absolutely terrible. It was the worst filming, worst lighting, worst script. It was absolutely terrible. I will never show anyone. It is hidden, buried.
I was lucky
Forever.
enough to get a peek of that. That is the best piece of cinema content.
Oh, yeah, I
I've
remember the
seen in my
sneak
life.
peek we got. No,
Yeah,
it was something.
No, this was gonna be a lot better because I actually have people to like help me with it. We're working on the script right now, and it's not bad. Maybe when that one is finished, I can share that one with the listeners.
okay.
But yeah, so we worked on that a little bit, and then of course the party and some cherry blossoms. But yeah, it was a pretty uneventful week for me. Didn't really do a lot.
That's good for us, though, right? More energy for the podcast.
Exactly.
Exactly.
But here's
Except for
except for
Except for one of
You're, like,
us.
you're talking like energy for the podcast. I'm like, what energy?
Well, see, like I think that's the difference is like you go out partying, so I feel like you should have some stories.
I'm not sure.
Yeah, whoa, yeah.
But
Can
I
you
haven't gone out
please-
partying. I have no
What's it
stories
like?
to share.
We asked where you like to party, Hongdae.
Uh-huh.
But what's it like partying in Hongdae? What's it like partying in
what is
Korea?
give us a typical night
Yeah.
going out
All
from
right.
your perspective.
Yeah, so typically what I like to do is go to a bar called La Luz that we've been to.
Oh, we're name dropping people now?
Oh, we can name drop bars.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can they sponsor us?
I know
the manager.
We were kind of OGs.
Yeah, I
in
know
that.
the
Yeah.
manager. I know the manager
We
at
were.
La Luz.
I think we went like the week it opened.
I went the day it opened, and I've still got some merch from them.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
That's
I've
cool.
got- I've got two nice towels.
Like whenever I go in, they don't ID me anymore. They're like, oh,
Yeah.
and there's
Yeah.
this
And
one
this-
girl
this
who,
fucker.
there's this one girl who she sees me and she goes like this for her hair because she knows about like my hair.
Just a little hair flip.
Yeah. And
She's
then
not
I'm-
hitting on you?
Who knows? No, so I go there because I like the drinks are quite nice.
Oh, they're very nice. They're
Yeah.
great bartenders. So if
So
you
yeah.
want, if you want to go for like a good drink somewhere in Hongdae, go to La Luz.
Yeah.
Also, there's a lot of games if you want to like just hang out and have some fun at first, like arcade games, like all kinds of games, and the
they're free.
music's quite nice. Oh yeah, the games are free, and it's just a really cool vibe. So I like starting there, having a few drinks. Then I will almost always go to Dokebi, which is just 1 block away. As soon as you go in, oops.
So 1 block away. You can see it when
Yeah,
you
you...
can
as soon
see it
as
when
you
you
get
walk
out
out.
from La Luz, you can see it right there. You just walk there.
So
And,
one thing people might want to know about Hongdae is like everything's very close by.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like the place you want to go. When some cities you go to, like you have to travel by car to go to the next place if you want to go.
Right.
But in Hongdae, everything's pretty centric.
Yeah, you walk out one bar and you're like, oh, there's the next bar we're going to, and you just walk into the
Which
next.
is-
God,
this is
one-
very nice.
Just go next door.
Yeah, you just go to the next door.
Which I guess is the reason everyone is a fucking raging alcoholic.
Yeah, and it's like it's a
for
pretty
yourself.
young crowd. I wouldn't say that it's like super young. I feel like when I first came here, it was pretty young, but Itaewon kind of died out, which was like another pretty
Yeah.
big party place. But Itaewon kind of died out, and I think a lot of people started going to Hongdae. So I think the average age has started to rise a little bit.
Yeah, from 22
Oh,
to
definitely,
23.
definitely, for sure.
Yeah,
Hey, we're not
definitely
getting
get that.
political here.
I get that. I mean, like, I'm raising that. by a lot.
23 and a half.
well, you were telling me like a few weeks ago that like you went to a place one time and they just wouldn't let you in because your age.
Yeah, so, okay, so that's
Oh,
why...
good
No,
conversation.
but there's
yeah.
a few things, right? So that's also why I kind of have my go-to places because I know that I won't be refused entrance. So, yeah, Dokebi is always chill. Sometimes we get some free shots from
More than 3,
our
yeah.
friend.
Can we
Hey.
name drop her?
Yeah, for
Yeah,
sure.
you
We
can
should.
name
Harry! Harry!
So, super cool. The music's fine too, so start kind of...
No, don't
feeling
say
the vibe.
that. We're
Yeah, I
allowed to
hate
be
their
honest.
DJs.
The first time we went,
Yeah,
okay.
okay.
The first couple of times, you know,
Yeah,
oh
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
But I swear they haven't changed their playlist
Yeah,
since we
it's just
started.
the-
Oh yeah,
That's
it's always
true.
the same.
This is
That's
just the
true.
playlist
That's
and the
true.
guy is just.
Sometimes I feel
It
that
feels
way.
like that.
It feels like that because
Yeah.
you sort of when Soldier Boy comes on, I know what song's coming next,
Ah.
and I'm just like,
it's always that
like-
predictable.
Yeah, it's
True,
always
true,
that
true,
predictable.
true.
It's like, you know.
I will say, like, I think the DJ culture in Korea has like become more popular. I think recently, as there's like I feel like on Instagram I see all these like Korean DJs that are like trying to get better, and I think it's getting better. But I feel like a lot of the bars you go to, they have a DJ, and it's just someone playing music
Yeah. And doing this.
and doing and doing a little bit of a dance at the thing, making it look like he's dancing.
Yeah.
But I've been to a few places where they have like actual DJs that have been okay. I'm not a huge EDM guy. I think you,
Yeah,
Dagur,
me
you,
neither.
you like EDM a lot more than me.
Give me a sip of alcohol. I love EDM.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Like I like EDM, but if I had to choose, it would be house. But there's no house in Korea.
Oh no, that's what I've noticed.
This-
I want house.
There's one place in Itaewon that has like good jungle vibes, and I'm like, oh, I gotta go there more. But like you mentioned, Itaewon's kind of dead-ish these days, so which is also
I mean,
nice.
It wasn't last-
let's
also
not
nice.
let's not kill it even more.
Yeah.
No, but no, actually, last time we went, it was
Yeah, I was gonna
it
say
was okay.
last time we went, not that bad actually.
Yeah, it
Starting
was
to
not
pick up
bad.
again, but
Yeah.
I love house, I love hip hop, but I'm tired of
Yeah, I know.
Hongdae hip hop.
Yeah.
Yes.
You
yes,
tell me
that
you're,
is-
you're
that
telling
is a genre.
Sabotage isn't your favorite place to go.
But yeah, so that's what I was saying, because like there are these places, like for example Dokkaebi, where there is no age restriction and there is no like, oh, you're a foreigner so you can't come in, because there are a few places like on that street. So that's why I have my go-to places, because I know that there's no problem going in. So usually after Dokkaebi, it might like just end up on NFF,
Oh yeah.
and then after that, it's usually like 5 a.m.
After
and
that,
then
it's a blur.
it's a blur. I'm somewhere else, and then yeah, I'm like still drinking. It can get wild.
Let's talk about the getting, I guess, rejected from a club or denied entry.
Oh, yeah.
Let's say it because
On that
That's a very
note,
big-
Before we dive too deep into that, I did want to make a comment that you mentioned that Dokkaebi, they have no age restriction, and I can second that motion because I took my dad there one time. It was just me and my dad. It was like 6 p.m. at night, so it wasn't like too crazy yet. But me and my dad were just sitting there. My dad's just sitting in the booth doing his little dance to like Taylor Swift or something like that. That was on that the DJ was playing that day, and then my dad was like, "This is great. I love Korea." He's like, "I can go clubbing in Korea. I'm 60 years old." Yeah, they don't deny you at all. But yeah, there are places that do deny you just because
sure.
just because we're foreigners. I think we might have touched on that in the first episode a
Did we?
little
I don't know.
bit.
I don't think so.
Or maybe it was just another conversation we
another
had.
conversation probably.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm not gonna name drop places.
Yeah,
but,
I don't think we
you know,
name
I
drop
think we
places.
I
have
don't
to
know.
name drop.
We can't do that.
But I mean, there have been experiences where I've gone in, stood in line, so people can see I'm quite
Yeah,
clearly a foreigner.
Yeah.
Even with a mask, I don't think you can hide. You know this, or this.
It's a little obvious.
And you dance in the line because you can hear all the
Yeah.
music from inside the club outside.
Yeah.
And the bouncer would dance too, and you'd hand them your ID, and then he'd be like, "Nah, sorry."
Yeah.
And
that's happened
there was a place where they had a sign in front that sort of said, "No Moroccans, Egyptians, Libya."
It was like
was just like-
dropping countries.
They were name dropping countries, and all of it was just North Africa. And he takes my ID.
Luckily, you're from South
No,
Africa.
you think he takes my ID. He looks at me, and then he points at the sign, and I'm like, I'm not even from there. And he's like, Africa, same. Well,
Just like,
Jesus.
don't even argue. And
Yeah.
you kind of can still get into places like that if you speak Korean and you sort of argue with them.
But then it's like,
what's the point?
What is the point?
I don't want to go into a place where they don't want me in. You know?
Yeah.
Why give them your money?
Why give them my money?
Well, we say that, but we did that once.
oh yeah, we did. I remember that too.
Wait, were you there?
No, I had
We
another
did it
one
in,
with.
Oh, you did with
Dagur,
him?
but We also did that.
Yeah, me and Dagur did
Because
it
it was so
once.
cold outside when we stood in the line, I was furious.
Yeah, true.
This place, me and Dagur went to this one place one night, and it wasn't even like our friend James was with us. James is actually Korean, and we went up there, and there was no line. The place didn't look empty, but it definitely wasn't full by any
Yeah,
means.
yeah.
And we walked up, and the guy was just like, "No, foreigners." And I mean, we were a little not sober at the time. a little not sober. And so we just start like arguing with Korean, and I think it was mostly me, and I was like pointing at Dagur, and like in Korean I was saying like, he's lived here 6 years, I said he's lived here 10 years, his mom's Korean, and you're not gonna let him in? And the guy was like, your mom's Korean? And he was like, yeah, my mom's Korean, what are you gonna do about it? We just like completely BS this guy.
So I think the guy was just fed up with our shit. So
Yeah. He was like, okay, whatever, just go in.
You
Like,
know-
but then after that, it's like, why?
Yeah.
No point.
Yeah.
No point.
No, that night when it was cold and like you were so upset about them not letting us in, it was hilarious because there was this American soldier that showed up, this like tall white guy, and like he's trying to get in too, and they would not let him in. And so he was kind of like trying to join in with us so that we could all go in. But then here's the funny thing. I'm 33. The guy was 31. They look at his ID and they're like, "No, you're too old." And then I'm like, and then the guy looked at me like, "How old are you?" And I'm like, 29. And he's like, "Oh, okay, let's go." And they let us in and not that guy. It was, yeah.
Funny thing is, we spent like 10 minutes in there and they always left.
Where was it? Not the place, but like what area?
Gangnam.
Gangnam. Okay. Yeah, I think Gangnam's a little bit more strict about stuff like that. Hongdae's usually, in my experience, Hongdae's been pretty like.
Yeah, there's like these few places in Hongdae that we know about. We just don't go there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think, like, especially to me, being white, going to Korea at
What's
first.
that smell? Privilege.
Yeah, well, you say, but like when I first came to Korea, that was like something that was like a pretty big shock to me. Was like just going to a place and then being like, "No, you can't come in," and I was like, "Wait a minute, but this isn't supposed to happen to me."
I mean, I don't disagree.
Oh, no.
I was like, "Shit, wait, what is this new experience that I'm having?" And so it was like a pretty big like we were gonna talk a little bit about culture shock and stuff like that, and so like that was a big culture shock to me. Was like, wow, okay, well this is what people talk about. Like,
You
this
know,
is that feeling. Like,
The first time I got denied entry was on my birthday.
Oh.
It was it last year, I think? No, it wasn't last year. It was probably 2 years ago. But it was at one point, or was it when I first got here? It doesn't matter. I had just become 30, either 31, 32, or 33. See, like,
No,
it's such a
it
blur.
couldn't have been last year, because last year I was
Yeah, I
with you.
remember. Yeah,
Last
that's
year
why
I
I'm
was-
saying
yeah,
it
I
couldn't
think it
be.
was last year.
But it could, because maybe later. But either way, I was like so happy. I was super vibing, and then I try to go in, and they're like, "No, age," and I'm like, "What?" Like age, and I'm like, "Oh, okay." And then I just walked away. It didn't bother me. It was just kind of like funny at the moment. I'm like, "What the fuck?" Okay, just go somewhere else. Yeah.
yeah, I think that is like the good attitude to have, where it's just like, okay, like you don't want to get in a fight with these guys because you'll lose every time.
Oh yeah, even when they punch and then walk away.
Yeah. Yeah. Looking at you, Dagur.
I didn't do shit.
For those who aren't familiar with like Korea law and stuff like that, there's no anti-discrimination laws in Korea, and so they are well within their right as a business to refuse entry to anyone they want.
Yes.
So
Even when they play your music. just
You're like, this-
That's hip hop.
this is my song. Like, what are you
This
talking
guy's
about?
South African, huh?
that is kind of a weird
Let's die out to it.
thing.
No, whoa, they're not South African. Get it? I deny.
But yeah, I think all of us have kind of had experience like that. What about you?
Oh, definitely. Like, yeah, one time with you, one time with Bryant. But I guess as we're getting older, the AIDS thing will become more of a problem.
Yeah.
But I guess as we get older, we should just
Stop going to Hongdae.
stop going.
Yeah, stop
somewhere.
going to
Stop
Hongdae.
going to Hongdae.
That's a different thing.
Different.
So yeah, but it was kind of like, because you were talking about a culture shock, I guess.
Yeah.
Because I mean, it does happen in other countries, but it never happened to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not something that I guess that's limited to Korea in that
Oh, it's
sense.
not.
Like, for example, last year there was a really big thing in South Africa where the show went viral. I saw it live. The internet's a wonderful place.
It is.
You can watch everything live despite the 7-hour time difference
Yeah.
being halfway across the world.
Or you can listen to it later on Spotify or Apple Podcasts.
Or YouTube.
But this black dude got denied entry at a bar. And when that happens in South Africa, you take out your phone and you start recording and playing everything live.
Mm-hmm.
And just to watch the things unfold of, oh no, it's not, racism that we denied you entry. It's just because we don't trust you. Well, why don't you trust me? So it's like, there's so many weird spaces like that. And
Yeah.
as much as you like to deny it and talk about, anti-discriminatory laws or the lack thereof, that shit happens everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember in Japan when I was visiting there were some bars that like had signs just said like no foreigners, like very clearly.
And
Yeah.
you
Yeah,
still
I
went in.
think- From what I've heard, they're even more forward about it over there.
Yeah.
They just have the signs.
I mean, there's a place in Busan when we went down for last summer. Me and my girlfriend were walking down the street, and there was a place that was just playing music, and like we were on the way home, like we were not even thinking about going to another club, but we walked past the place and I saw a sign that said no foreigners, and I looked at her, and in my not sober state, I was like, I want to go in that place. I was like, we were both like, hey, we're tired, let's go home. But I saw the sign, and just this fire lit up inside me. It's like, I want to go in that place. I want to buy a drink, and then I want to leave. That's all I want to do. I just want to go in and I want to leave. And so I sat there outside and
you always
argued
want
with the
what
guy.
you can't get, right?
Yeah, exactly. But they wouldn't let us in. And that's kind of the experience that I've had with places more in Seoul, is that if you go with Koreans, as long as like with your if the foreigners are the minority in the group of
it's
the
a numbers
Koreans,
game.
Yeah, they'll let you in.
And some places, just as soon as you speak in Korean, then they're okay, just go in.
Yeah.
We were trying to go into a club yesterday, and the group was probably like 4 women and 3 men, I think.
Good numbers.
So we were trying to go into this club, and then like they were going to let the girls in, and then but they said like, oh, it's 7 of us, and then they're like, who else? And then they pointed at the others, and then they're like, oh, no men.
No men?
Yeah, no.
Was it like a ladies' night?
ladies'
only?
night,
No,
maybe.
I don't know. Because they asked, and it was just like, no men.
Was this a Korean place? Like would you say that this place was like heavily Korean guests? I don't know what you call that.
I don't know. I mean,
Clientele.
It was the first time I had been there, so
Okay.
I don't really know that area that well.
So
Yeah.
what I've learned from going to like more like Korean heavy places, like pochas and stuff like that, that they actually do keep track of how many women, how many men are inside. And if they have too many men inside and not enough women, they won't let any guys in. They'll only let girls in. And actually same vice versa. Obviously it never really gets to that point because way more men want to go in. But if it does get, I've gone to places where the girls were like, oh, we can't get in, but they can let in 4 guys.
Like, yeah, that's what I thought too. But at the same time, it's like there's 4 women, there's 3 guys.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, we're already
We're
bringing in the
balancing.
ratio, right?
yeah. Anyways. I was
Unless there were
fuck
just like
them then.
maybe way too many guys. But yeah, in the end, fuck those guys.
So where did you go afterwards?
Drunken Tiger, I think.
That's hidden,
called?
Crouching Tiger.
No.
And Hidden Dragon. Yeah,
And
yeah.
Hidden Dragon.
Love that show. Good movie.
Bryant's favorite movie, actually.
Actually, is
I believe
one
he
of
was
my
a
favorite.
star in the movie as well. Right?
Yeah.
No, my Chinese name is the same name as the director,
Oh, could you say it for us?
Lian.
Could you spell it for us?
In Chinese.
Yeah, well, where? No.
That's always been like something interesting to me about like in some languages like Japanese and stuff. Like I don't really understand like the spelling system. Like how do you, like if someone says like how do you spell that? Like can you verbally tell someone how to spell something without just like
Yeah, you kind of explain like the character is associated to another word.
Gotcha.
A very common word.
Okay.
But there's no alphabet.
Yeah, that's what I mean. That's what I mean. Like
Yeah, there's no-
non-alphabetic
yeah, there's
languages. How do you
non-alphabetic
explain
languages.
things?
You don't.
You know, you say
give them
wing
a,
it.
You give them a book and
Good
you say
luck.
study.
So speaking of culture shocks, because I think we wanted to talk about that a little bit. What about you guys? What's been your biggest culture shock since coming to Korea?
I wouldn't say it's the biggest, but I guess the funniest one was when I just started teaching English at an elementary school, and just the bowing culture. So I knew of it, but in Korea you bow. In South Africa you make eye contact.
Yeah.
So you had me bowing like this, trying to maintain the eye contact to not disrespect anyone, and all the Koreans going, "What the fuck?" And like I think it was after the 5th time, my co-teacher came to me. She was like, "Brandon, what are you doing?" And then I explained it to her. She was just like, just don't look. It's okay. It's okay."
I think a similar thing in Iceland. We're a big group of huggers, and we do give the occasional kiss to at least people we know.
I've never.
I've never-
gotten
I've-
this.
I've-
Yeah,
I've-
wait a minute.
I kiss you all the time.
You just don't remember.
It's like when you do one of these like we do like the cheek to cheek kind of kisses.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
I did that once in Korea. And they were like, "What the fuck are you?" Like, I don't know.
It was just like a
have
natural
that-
reaction.
We have that in Ecuador too, and so, but for me, because I went to China first, so I kind of like that. Let's say that culture shock happened there.
Yeah.
But yeah, I do remember meeting a girl and then kind of coming for the kiss, and she was like, "Whoa!"
Yeah.
And then I was like, "Oh, sorry, not my bad."
It's just the polite. It's just how we do it.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah.
How about for you, Hunter?
I mean, like, yeah, we don't kiss people in America, so no kisses going on
shoot
there.
them.
You shoot
But
them.
yeah, I mean, like, I think America, like, we still have like a little bit of like a hug culture with friends and stuff like that, and so that is something that like for me was a little. I got used to it pretty quickly because just I wasn't a super like touchy person in America either, so it was kind of easy. But like with like close friends and stuff, like I'd go to give a hug and they were just like, no thanks. Or like if you go like for me, the experience is like going out on a date. Right? Like in America, you go out on a first date or whatever. Like usually, as
do
long
like
as
the kinda-
there's
kinda-
consent and stuff. Like there's usually like a friendly hug at the end or something like that. And like the first date I went on in Korea, I was like, "Oh, a great time, loved meeting you." Like to go there, she was just like hand out, like blocking me, like handshake, it's fine, or like fist bump. And I was like, at first I was like, okay, she doesn't like me. But then afterwards, it was like, oh no, it was just like a culture thing. Like they're just very like.
Are you sure?
Yeah, maybe, or maybe.
Was there a second date?
Maybe that was.
I
just
don't
a-
remember actually. Yeah, possibly not. Maybe that's why.
Maybe that's why. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess it is kind of a shock. It's just like, oh, just realizing cultures are different.
Yeah,
But not in Hongdae.
not in
Not in
Hongdae.
Hongdae.
Not in
No.
Hongdae. Every time I meet some friend in Hongdae, it's like fucking
Big hugs.
and everything. Yeah.
Well, I think like especially the places we go, like there is very like foreigner
Yeah.
friendly. I guess is the places. So like the Koreans that go there are usually a little bit more like Western minded, or they've lived abroad, or they're just like a little bit more
Open-minded, I would say.
open minded. Not
It's
in
a
the Korean
dangerous
sense of
word.
the word.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's
yeah.
the Korean sense of the word of open-minded
Oh.
is
Yeah.
something.
When
Whoops.
Koreans say open minded, that means something different.
Uh-huh,
Yeah.
uh-huh.
You wanna explain to our good
Nah,
listeners what?
maybe-
No, explain it to me.
You don't know this?
Explain
I
this,
have no
Hunter.
idea.
So like open minded and like especially on like apps and stuff like that, like dating apps and stuff. If you say you're open minded, it usually just means like you're trying to like fuck.
Oh.
It just means like, oh yeah, I'm very open minded.
Well,
I'll sleep with you on the first
It
date.
also
type of
applies.
thing.
to Hongdae.
I mean,
Are you
But I think
open-minded?
but when
I did not
foreigners
know
say
that.
open minded, it usually just means like you're a little bit more like lax with like being less. I don't want to say
Less-
stuck up.
I was,
but, like,
I was gonna go with less normal.
yeah, it's just like you're just more open to like being.
Alternative lifestyles.
Yeah, I guess that's the best way to describe it. I really don't know how to describe it other than just open minded.
I mean, yeah, it's just the word for it.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah.
Open to different cultures and like their style of doing things without being like, oh, okay, that's weird.
On the topic of, so last night I was out with friends in Itaewon, and one of my friends got a bit of a culture shock because she's a foreigner, but she's only ever lived in the countryside as well. So this was one of her first times in Seoul and one of the first times in a sort of party club area. And there was one of those dudes who come with the microphones and the Jesus cross, and he was just suddenly shouting. Everything was in Korean the entire time until he got in front of a group of foreigners, and then suddenly it was homosexuals, sodomy, and I was just like,
Just saying the words just by
no,
themselves.
he was just shouting words by
Yeah,
themselves.
those guys
And
are
it's just like,
crazy.
what is going on? And my friend's starting to panic, but like her Korean husband was just laughing the entire time, and she's like, oh my god.
Yeah, because like with those kind
Yeah.
of people, there are those people on the
so
street, and the best thing to do is just ignore them, because they are just crazy. Just like why are you doing this? What's going on in your life that this is what you do with your free time? But yeah, you just gotta ignore them. It is kind of funny in a way though.
Oh, I laughed the entire time.
Yeah.
I think it's just to be that crazy. It's absurd.
Yeah. That I guess that was a little bit of a culture shock. The first time I came to Korea, actually, we mentioned last episode that there was a little bit of a cult presence in Korea.
Oh, yeah.
Not all. It's very case by case, but there is a pretty large cult presence. And I remember the first time I was in Hongdae, I was walking down the street, and
The cute girls.
yeah,
The
these
cute
two
girls in pairs.
these two girls
yeah,
come up to
yeah.
me, and they're like, "Oh my gosh, where are you from?" And I'm like, "Oh, I'm from America." And they're like, "Wow, really? You look so Korean." And I'm like, "What?"
No way.
that was like the first thing that tipped me on there. Like, "You look so Korean." And I was like, "What?" They're like, yeah, we thought you were Korean. And anyway, we're doing this ceremony thing. Do you want to come? And just like participate in the ceremony? And I was like, no thanks, because I had heard like what happens is they get you to come here, and then they like try to get you to give them money and stuff like that. And I was like, no, it's fine, like I'm good. And they're like, are you sure? It's gonna be really fun. But that's their tactic. They just send these cute little girls at you, and they're like, hey, wow, nice to meet you.
I'm surprised
hang
you
out
never
with
fell
us.
for it. Now that I hear it,
Not gonna lie.
if there was one of us in this group to fall for that, I put
Me?
my money on you.
Nah.
I
I put
No,
my
it'd be
money.
Bryant,
Bryant.
100%.
100%.
I think the reason like I knew about it prior because I had like been researching Korea and stuff like that, so I was very much aware of it, especially in Hongdae, and so that's why I was like prepared for it. They give it away. Had they not said, "Oh, you look so Korean," probably I might have fallen for it. But as soon as they said, "Well, you look so," I was like, okay, this is clearly a scam. Like, no two girls are gonna come up to white me and be like, "You look Korean." So yeah, my biggest culture shock, and it's not really culture shock. It was more of just something that like I really liked in Korea, but I don't know if it's specific to Korea or if there's just like a very few number of countries that do it, but Korea famously does it. Is like they have these little bells on every table, and like a restaurant, and so because there's not a tipping culture here, the waiters don't like wait on you hand and foot.
Yeah,
They're not like, oh, do you need a refill? Oh, do you need this? What can I get for you? What do you need? What do you need? Which is how it is in America, and it's. Now that I've experienced Korea, I hate it. Going back to America, and the waiter comes over and they're like, do you need anything? And it's like, okay, you were here 2 minutes ago. Like, I'm fine. Like, I'll tell you if I need something, okay? You just wait.
Just let me click the
Back
bell.
up,
Oh,
back
wait.
up.
Yeah, exactly. So they have this little bell, and all the servers, or there's like a little board with like numbers and stuff. So if the table needs something, you just hit the little bell, and it goes ding, ding. And the waiter runs over, and they go, oh, what do you want? What can I get for you? And you tell them, 5 bottles of soju, please.
But I actually like the way they do it in China more.
Oh.
So it's a thing in
Ooh,
China
controversial.
also?
No.
Okay.
There's no bell. It's just you fucking shout 4 yuan.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I mean,
I
some,
love that.
Some restaurants here do
No,
that.
that's what I
Yeah.
was gonna say.
Yeah.
That, for me, that's another part that I like. Not necessarily just the bells, but the idea that they don't wait and you just gotta
You just
signal.
you can
So,
shout or signal.
Jogyo!
But
Yeah.
I loved the like shouting because I remember when my parents went to visit me the first time and I took them out to eat, and then I don't know, I just go like 4 yuan, and then my parents were like, dude, why are you doing this? I'm like, oh no, this is how we do it. Don't worry.
Yeah.
It was so fun.
Imagine doing that like in America, like to a waiter, be like, "Hey, get over here! You're getting spit in your food or something like
No,
that."
in America or Iceland, you have to do like the awkward thing. You're like,
trying to make eye contact.
Excuse me.
Hey, over here!
Hi.
Look at me! Yeah,
Yeah.
Dagur for audio listeners is waving
I'm
his hand in
waving,
the air.
do an awkward way.
Can you please describe his wave?
It was beautiful.
It's like a queen.
Looked like the queen. Yep, just like the queen. Excuse me. Hello. Wait on me.
Can't talk
Please.
about the Queen anymore.
Rest in peace.
Don't get political.
Rest in peace. But yeah, no, I love the bells. They're great. I think it's something that like every country should adopt.
I
If
think
for
less the
nothing
bells.
else, so we can get rid of tipping
I was,
culture.
I was about to say, less the bells, just get rid of tipping culture. Pay people an honest wage and life is
Yeah.
Tipping is probably the hardest thing I had to do when I went to America.
Yeah. Well, but the thing is, like, waiters love it. And that's the reason it's not going away in America, is because waiters love it, because you can make like 3 to 4 times as much money as you would make hourly just based off tips.
Yeah, depending where you work. But if you're working
Yeah.
at the Denny's,
I mean,
then
I get
Well, Denny's, yeah.
I get the tipping
that's
in some
fair.
places, but when you're like at Starbucks and they like turn the
Oh,
screen,
yeah.
it's like
The gratuity
you
thing.
literally just took my order.
Yeah.
But it's the other one. They started taking tips on delivery orders. So not just tipping the driver, but you're now tipping the chef or the whoever prepared your food. Why?
Really?
Yeah.
You're already getting paid to make my food. Now I'm tipping you
Yeah, it's been
because
like that,
the
actually.
food's good, but I haven't eaten the food yet because it's not delivered yet.
Yeah,
What?
Uber
Makes no
Eats and stuff
sense.
like that, you could tip them. And even when you take an Uber, like a taxi in America, there's a tipping option. You tip your driver afterwards. And it's like, it's just one of those things, like, you kind of feel like you have to do it. So when I go, I'm just like, okay, well, this is just something I have to do. But I
How
wish
much
it
do you
wasn't.
tip? 10%?
20%.
20?
20%.
20%.
20%. Always 20%. For food. For like waiters and stuff like that, always 20%. But if it's like a taxi or something like that, I'll do like 15.
Jesus.
Depending on what it is, I do different things. I mean, my dad was crazy. My dad would do like 25%. Well, it's great because whenever
baby.
we would go out eating with like me and my dad, my grandmother was horrible about tipping. She hated tipping. She was like, she had this little card that she had in her wallet that it would tell you the amount and then how much it was tip. But the card was 12% tip. So it would give you the amount of whatever your bill is, and then give you what you're supposed to tip if you were tipping 12%. And so she would just always tip 12%. She would never tip anything higher than 12%. And so she would put money down, and she would like get mad if my dad would try to like tip more. Be like, no, Gary, don't do that. Come on, it's fine. And then we'd walk away. My dad would walk back and put more money on the table because he was like, this person's not getting it. You gave her like $3 like for
And
a
if you do that,
$40
here,
meal.
they'll chase you with your money. They're
Oh,
like,
yeah.
you
Oh,
forgot
yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
They chased you, yeah. That, I guess like in East Asia in general, because when I was in China once, I remember tipping. There was a little kid working at it. That's how you know it's good. When they have a kid,
kid doing
when they
his
have a
homework.
kid doing his homework, and then he brings you your tea and stuff, you know.
Yep.
So I was like, oh, let's give the little kid a tip, and gave him the tip, left, and his mom came running back. And he was like, we can't take this. We don't do that here.
Yeah, I mean, that's really funny too because like child labor laws and everything. But like in America, it's so funny because you'll go to for the most of the time it's usually Mexican restaurants, and we used to have this Mexican restaurant right next to our house, and there was this kid there, and he was like my homie Because like I was in high school and I just really loved Mexican food for some reason in high school. Like I would just go every day after school and just go eat Mexican food. And there was just this other kid who was like 12 and he'd come in and he'd bring me my water and I'd be like, "What's up, little dude? Like, what's up?" He was cool. I loved him. He was great. I always tipped a lot for him.
I was waiting for that part.
Yeah.
I was waiting for that. Nice.
Yeah, he was great.
Nice.
Yeah.
What about you? What was your big culture shock for Korea? You said you kind of got a lot of it out in China, but
Yeah, it wasn't that big. I guess the thing maybe is even until now it's still kind of complicated sometimes to figure out how to sort my garbage.
Oh yeah, I was gonna.
You
talk
don't know how to
about that, too.
recycle?
I do hate that.
I mean, like, dude, in China when I left, it started but it was just starting. It used to be like just throw everything in the same place. Whoops. Yeah. So when I got here, everything was already super separated, and at the last place I lived, even the bottles, you had to make sure to take off the
Yeah.
plastics. And so, like, I would spend time just in the kitchen just cutting the plastic. All the bottles, put them in the bag, put all these, like, the little labels, like, in the separate bag.
And then
Yeah.
after you do all that, they just put it all in the same bag and
Yeah,
take it out.
yeah.
Yeah.
So, some buildings, not all, but
Yeah, so, but then it's like, they have 3 different bins for plastics and, like, 2 for plastic bottles. So it's like, so which one, where do I put this one and where do I put, like, the bleach gallon
Yeah.
bottle? Like, where does that one go? And then why is this plastic different from this plastic? It's just, it's
so
kind of
so many big
complicated.
buildings just have a guy working
Yeah.
Yeah.
in that part of the building.
Yeah. Ours is kind of crazy too. Like you have to do your boxes, like your cardboard boxes. You have to make sure all the tape is off the boxes. You can't leave any tape or stickers or anything on the box. You have to take all that off. You have to take off the wrappers from the plastic bottles and like cans and actual like glass bottles and stuff. Everything has to be different. So every Tuesday, me and my girlfriend, we just have like 4 trips down to the first floor where we have to like throw everything into like the actual other
You don't
bins
realize
and-
how much trash you make until you start sorting it all.
Yes.
It's so much. Jesus Christ.
Yeah. But I mean, like even in America, I recycle too. But like for me, the big one is food trash. I totally get it. I understand the environmental like impact of it, but I just hate it. It's just so much work having to put like get all the food out of like every little thing you eat and make sure it's in the little thing. And I hate having the little box.
And then like
with,
you have
like, the food
eggshells,
in
that's
it.
actual trash. It's not food trash. It's
Yes.
kinda weird,
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I always get confused. I'm like, what is this? How do I do this? Like, for example, like you're not supposed to put bones in like the chicken in the
Yeah.
Yes.
food thing. So I'm like, what am I supposed to do with my chicken? Like, if I don't finish eating all my chicken wings that I bought.
Finish eating your chicken. That day we went to Wingstop, looking at your food, I almost died.
Why?
Oh, yeah.
Because there are people in Africa, hungry kids in Africa, and you left so
then
much.
go
to
give
leave
your
out here.
food. Stop complaining
No,
about mine.
that's what I'm saying. I cleaned my bones. I don't know if you saw, but my bones were spotless, like a vulture.
Yeah, I'm pretty bad about cleaning off the bones.
I keep saying, if I don't, my aunt and my mom would fly over and just smack me.
Yeah, I don't know. Like I always get very ambitious with my appetite. I'll like go to somewhere to eat and I'll be like, I'm feeling pretty hungry. I can do 40 wings, and then I eat like 12, and I'm like, yeah, I got a lot fuller than I thought I'd get. Then I just have all these extras, and I'm like, I don't know what I'm gonna do with this.
Kind of feels like James's birthday. And we were all at Dokevi. And I'm like, all right, let's get a bottle of gin. And then we bring the bottle. I make everyone a drink. And then everyone left. You guys had half a drink and everyone left. And I'm there with the bottle. Like,
I remember
grab my
that.
phone. And then I'm like, hey, guys, I got a
remember that.
bottle. Anybody want to come here?
I remember that. Oh, good time.
So I think in a future episode, we will have to kind of get our party information out for everyone. We've talked about maybe focusing on Hongdae and doing like a tier list of our best places to drink in Hongdae.
I mean, we've mentioned Dokebe like 18 times.
Yeah, so I think it's
Jeez,
gonna be
they have to
definitely
pay
on the
us some
top of the
money.
No,
list.
I'm saying the next time we go, we are royalty, baby. we're already like at Prince level,
Yeah,
but
need to make
next
sure
time
they
we're
know.
the kings.
Yeah. All right, well, I think we should wrap it up here. I think we've gone about our time. Any final words from you guys you want to say?
There was something I wanted to say, but it escaped me.
Well, we have another episode to record, so
We don't. Have to wait a whole week.
many
Have
episodes.
to
We're
wait a whole
recording it a week
week.
later.
Oh yeah, sorry.
Have to wait a whole
Sorry.
week.
Yeah, 1 week from now we'll be recording our next episode.
I'll write it down. Where's my phone? Hey Siri, remind me to remind myself there was something I forgot.
hopefully they'll help. Well, everyone, thank you for listening to episode 2 of our podcast. If you are listening on Spotify, I think that's most people listening. But we're also on YouTube if you want the video podcast. We're also on Apple Podcasts and our Patreon, where you can get the episode 1 day early.
Hell yeah, baby.
Oh yeah, and all it costs is a measly $5.
And all it costs is
$4.99.
$5.
$4.99?
Nah, I think it's $5 with VAT. What do you call it? VAT?
VAT.
I don't know. Yeah, the little tax thing.
I hate the taxing in America.
But yeah, thank you to all of our Patreons out there that are helping support us. Thank you to everyone who's watching the podcast and commenting and liking and giving us things that you would like to see us do or fix to the podcast. And we're taking all that into consideration. And hopefully we can make this podcast really, really good for you guys. So thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you guys next time. Bye.
Bye.